the players think they stand versus where I think they really do stand. The WNBA and Players Union agreed to an extension of the current collective bargaining agreement to January 9, just before the current deadline ran out Sunday night. Just like the previous extension, both sides have the option to terminate the extension 48 hours advance notice.
Something absolutely massive is exploding inside the WNBA right now, and if you're a fan of Caitlin Clark, women's basketball, or the future of this league, you need to hear this. We are just hours away from what could be the biggest self-inflicted disaster in WNBA history. A crisis so severe that ESPN insiders are calling it a potential season killer. That's right, the entire 2026 WNBA season is hanging by a thread, and the owners and players are locked in a battle that could wipe out everything Caitlin Clark built for this league in one single year. The stakes couldn't be higher, the tensions couldn't be hotter, and the consequences couldn't be more devastating. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about the WNBA's future. And it looks like the ESPN reporter has just dropped some major information about Caitlin Clark and the entire WNBA heading into the 2026 season. Guys, we need to talk about this one. We absolutely have to talk about what is happening right this second. An ESPN reporter has unleashed a full-on bombshell report that has the potential to completely obliterate the entire 2026 WNBA season. And no, I'm not exaggerating even a little bit. The clock is ticking down to the wire. The league's collective bargaining agreement, the document that literally allows basketball to be played, is set to expire tonight at 11:59 p.m. And based on every single piece of reporting coming in, the two sides, the owners and the players, are not just far apart. They're nowhere near a deal. It's a total stalemate, a complete freeze-out. Nobody can agree on the most basic issues. This is a perilous situation that puts the historic momentum created by Caitlin Clark in immediate danger, threatening to snuff it out with a lockout that the owners actually seem willing to let happen. Just let that sink in. The Caitlin Clark effect, a once-in-a-generation phenomenon that single-handedly brought millions of new fans into women's basketball, is at risk of being completely burned to the ground. All over bitter disputes about money. And yes, let's be honest, pure ego. Marketing, eyeballs, advertising dollars, everyone wants a piece of the exploding revenue. And that's the whole point. Everybody wants to get paid. But because neither side wants to budge, the league is now pulling itself toward the edge of a cliff. So let me ask you straight up. Do you actually believe the WNBA will go through with a lockout and intentionally destroy everything Caitlin Clark built for this league in 1 year? Genuinely, drop your thoughts, because this situation is spiraling fast. According to ESPN's Alexa Philippou, the WNBA is now facing 4 nightmare scenarios as the CBA deadline ticks closer. Both sides agree to a simple extension. This would keep basketball going while they negotiate privately. But if this was going to happen, it would have happened weeks ago. The silence tells us everything. Neither side is moving. No extension gets signed, but the league enters a status quo period where old rules temporarily stay in effect. But this isn't a solution. It's just kicking the crisis down the road. The one that should terrify fans. A work stoppage. Either a player's strike or, more likely, a lockout initiated by the owners. This is the nuclear option. This ends the Caitlin Clark effect instantly and could set women's basketball back a decade. Casual fans won't wait around for labor disputes, they'll simply move on. Then there's scenario 4. Somehow, against all logic, they pull off a brand new CBA before midnight. But Philippou made it clear, that's a fantasy. The sides are too far apart to bridge in mere hours. And if that wasn't bad enough, the league has major deadlines looming. A 2-team expansion draft for the Portland Fire and Toronto Tempo is already scheduled. Franchises that paid huge fees expecting to build rosters and play basketball. What happens to that investment if there's a lockout?
Players signed 1-year deals last season knowing there would be a huge salary bump when a new CBA is agreed upon. The two sides have been sending updated proposals back and forth and met frequently, including Sunday. Salaries and revenue sharing are the two biggest sticking points for each side. The league put forth a proposal that would include revenue sharing and a maximum salary of $1.1 million available to more than one player per team, growing each year. Other things the players are pushing for is expanding retirement benefits, codifying the league's charter flight travel.
Meanwhile, all but 2 veteran WNBA players are about to hit free agency. This was supposed to be a record-breaking free agency period where teams reshape their futures. But without a CBA, nothing can happen. No signings, no trades, no league activity. Everything freezes. And before anyone pretends this isn't tied to Caitlin Clark, remember the ratings. When she missed 2 or 3 weeks, the numbers fell off a cliff. Ticket prices dropped. Television viewership dipped. That's not shade, that's reality. The league operates on another dimension when she's on the court. Imagine if Caitlin Clark and the Fever win the championship. That would be the best possible outcome for the WNBA. Yet owners are somehow ready to risk even that momentum. This leads to the big question: what happens to the WNBA draft if a lockout hits? Does the draft lottery even happen? If it does, do newly drafted college stars get stuck in limbo, selected but unable to sign contracts, unable to report, unable to get paid? A lockout doesn't just cancel games, it shuts down the league's entire infrastructure. Because let's tell the truth, Caitlin Clark is the reason millions of fans discovered the WNBA. She delivered TV ratings the league hadn't seen in decades, sold out arenas nationwide, and turned women's basketball into must-watch entertainment. The Caitlin Clark effect wasn't hype, it was measurable, massive and financially transformative. But momentum with casual fans is fragile. If they tune in next season expecting to watch her, and instead find a canceled season over a money fight, they're gone. And once casual fans leave, they rarely come back.
Crazy about all this. So many of these players have so much jealousy and animosity towards Caitlin Clark. Not a chance in hell. They're getting offered, even with bonuses involved, a $1.1 million max salary if Caitlin Clark didn't exist now. I mean, and you know what? They still won't appreciate her this week. I fully expect the players in the league to continue to try to beat the hell out of Caitlin Clark.
What makes this even more infuriating is that the WNBA is finally making real money. For decades, the league survived because the NBA subsidized it. Then Clark arrived, and suddenly the league is profitable. Ratings exploded, ticket sales surged, merchandise blew up, sponsors rushed in, and how do the owners respond? By risking everything instead of sharing profits fairly with the players who created them. It's short-sighted greed that could kill the golden goose. Even worse, rival leagues like Unrivaled Basketball are waiting to swoop in. They're offering competitive salaries, shorter seasons, better conditions. All the things WNBA players have demanded for years. If a lockout happens and stars sign with Unrivaled, the WNBA might never get them back. Meanwhile, Portland and Toronto are stuck helplessly watching after investing millions based solely on the Caitlin Clark boom. Their debut seasons could be canceled before they even begin. And from the players' perspective, their frustration is understandable. They've been underpaid for decades, they've flown commercial, they've played overseas for survival money. Now that the league finally has cash, they want their fair share, and that's reasonable. But a lockout could shatter the very momentum that created this leverage. Through all of this, Caitlin Clark is powerless. She can only watch as the league she transformed risks destroying everything she built. She will survive a lockout. She has massive endorsements and global popularity. But the league? It might not. The WNBA needs Clark far more than Clark needs the WNBA. So what do you think? Well, will they strike a deal at the last second, or are they really about to burn everything down? Drop your predictions in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe for more updates on this developing crisis. This situation is spiraling faster than anyone expected, and the future of the WNBA, expansion teams, free agency, the draft, and the Caitlin Clark effect itself. All hangs in the balance. We are witnessing a moment that could define the next decade of women's basketball, for better or for worse. Will the owners and players somehow pull off a miracle and reach a deal before midnight? Or are we about to watch the league throw away the biggest momentum boost it has ever had? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I want to hear your predictions. And if you want to stay updated on every twist and turn in this developing crisis, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. This story is far from over, and trust me, things are about to get even crazier.